Alrighty. Welcome everyone to round 5 of Spring Challenge number 5. We've got Piereese of Team Misplay versus Chriseay on the other side of things. Piereese looking at a pretty keepable hand here. Looks like they kept that. Let's let them know that they are good to go. And Chriseay looking at a hand of 2 Granite Waystones, an Emblem of Shavka, a Torch, a Milos, an Oni Patrol, and a Seer. So seems like a fine keep. Not the greatest hand in the world, but you got a 1-drop, you got a Milos. Nope, they're going to toss it back. No, there was no Primal in that first hand, but there also weren't any Primal cards, so it's an interesting choice. This one, Chriseay is going to keep both factions of power, a Jack, a Permafrost, a Snowcrust Yeti, and a Champion of Fury. So pretty good draw here. We might see that turn 1 Snowcrust Yeti. That's what we talked about. Here it comes. 2 1-for-1 with Aegis. Let's see if Piereese can move fast enough. Now, Piereese does have some really sweet cards in this matchup, though, Aqua. They've got a Send an Agent to just point and click, kill anything. They've got an Aeromots Designs, kill every unit with cost 2 or less, in case Chriseay gets out to a quick fizz. And they have a Sabertooth Pride Leader, a 3/5 ambush that gains 3 health. So, pretty nice setup of cards against this aggro deck. And they're going to fire off an Exploit, too, just for good measure.
Did that card say gain health for each relic you have?
No, just it's destroy a relic or gain 3 health.
Oh, okay.
Pretty flexible card there, but the 3/5 ambush is going to eat a unit and then also gain you 3 health is pretty backbreaking against an aggro deck. IDS LDS or LDS LDS. I'm not sure which. Let's go LDS LDS 1983. Thank you so much for the follow. You got a couple years on me there, but thank you so much for following and being here and supporting the stream tonight. One awkward thing about this, and you asked me earlier why I like Snowcrust Yeti. Well, Aeromots Design says kill each unit with cost 2 or less, but you know what stops that? The Aegis. So going to be able to do that. Look at both of these Snowcrust Yetis now still here. So still a good card and still pretty useful against aggro decks, but look how impactful that Aegis was. Just got to hit for 4 more damage, and now Piereese has to come up with another answer to these units.
Bootlicker!
Ooh, depleted power there is going to be tough. Not going to be able to pull out the Pride Leader or both Send an Agent. So going to be basically priced into just casting a single Send an Agent to get rid of this Milos here. Not the best for Piereese. This is going to be tough. Yeah, here we go. Kill that Milos, but you're taking 4. You're going down to 7, and there's a Jack in hand and a Crafty Occultist.
Ouch.
No third fire for the Jack, but still going to get a 1/1 off that Crafty Occultist, and then a Dusk Raider to draw, plus a Permafrost if there's a blocker. But this is going to be okay. So now Piereese can finally do the play. Flash in your 3/5, eat one of your units, gain 3 health. Now Chriseay does have the Seer, so or the Permafrost. So after this attack, still going to eat the 3/3, but can take out this Pride Leader now. Dusk Raider into Permafrost, I assume. Yep, and then because the Seer can go face, so the Seer can do 3 damage to the face. So there's 1. So Piereese is at a virtual 1 right now. Nectar of Unlife's going to kill the Berserker. But that's just going to be game. Even the Send an Agent can only take care of one of these Snowcrust Yetis. All right, did I convince you, Aqua? These Snowcrust Yetis are still here, and that's game.
I was going to relate them to like a Crown Watch Paladin, how it's like a 2/2. Yeah, it's got Warcry. The Yetis don't, but like it's still essentially the same thing where they've got the Aegis and they've got that nice protection, and they can come out early too because they're at such a low cost. And they work well together.
Sure do. All right, well, if you didn't get a chance to see earlier when we featured Chriseay's Skycrag aggro deck, let's pull that one up for you. So one of the different uses of Crafty Occultist we've seen it in the Menace Trove decks and a couple different places, but pretty nice here. So this is just sort of your, I'll call it a classic. It's just kind of a classic aggro deck. You've got 1-drops that hit hard, Snowcrust Yetis, Oni Ronins, Oni Patrols. You've got Torch, you've got Champion of Fury, and then you've got Jack and Milos. It's kind of like a mono fire deck, but you've got some sweet cards in Primal too, and then this Crafty Occultist helps. So I kind of like this. I didn't expect to see it today, but this is kind of a sweet deck.
Yeah, and they got that Draconic Ire in the market that we saw them play earlier on in the tournament, which I'm pretty sure won them the game.
Yeah, it was pretty close there, and yeah, that was a huge card there. Kolokoma saying in chat that unfortunately the Skycrag aggro is the worst matchup for this deck. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. This seems like a pretty tough matchup against what Chriseay has got it going on. Let's make sure that our players know that they are good to go because we are here for game 2. Players are just going to get started. So remember, both of these players are 3-1. So this is a win and in for top 8. The winner of this will make the top 8. The loser will go to 3-2. But these players don't have the greatest tiebreak, so it'll be close. We'll have to see. All right. Chriseay going mulliganing down. They're going to keep a hand with Oni, Ronin, Champion of Fury, and Seer. Pretty nice one. Piereese, Vinegrafter is a good draw too. They have a Vinegrafter in hand and a second Vinegrafter on the top and an Aeromont's design. So if Piereese is going to be in this matchup, this is how they're going to have to do it. Be on the play, have early interaction, have regen blockers. That's how you win this matchup. Let's see if Piereese has enough to do it here.
Just a quick update on Doc28 has the first win over Notorious GHP in our undefeated 4-0-4-0 matchup.
Pretty good. Both of those players, obviously great players, both 4-0, both in top 8. But that's why we don't feature that match. But yeah, that's going to be a good one, and no surprise, Doc28 taking it again. As I mentioned, Boxer calling the shot. Doc28 winning the tournament on Trove. Let's see if Boxer can win the Open and then also call the shot in the next TNE.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was just about to say. Give him a crystal ball and
exploit here. I don't know about this exploit versus playing out a second Vinegrafter here, but playing the exploit.
Trying to sabotage.
Yeah, gonna take the Milos here. I also don't know about not playing the Champion of Fury, but I guess the Champion of Fury, I guess it makes sense. The Champion of Fury can't really attack past the 2/2 regen anyway. But we talked about this earlier. I don't know. I guess you're gonna okay. So Chriseay's plan there was sear the Vinegrafter end of turn to break the regen, and then untap and play Champion of Fury. But yeah, that's awkward. I think Piereese might have enough to stabilize this one. You can just block here. You take that block all day, or not.
Took a damage, but is that
Piereese
3
is not
power?
Going to take that block. Okay.
Ash Elemental. 3/2 overwhelm.
3/2 overall. It does cost 2, so Aeromont's designs can take care of that if Piereese wants to go that way. Also have a Vinegrafter and a Grenahen. I kind of liked this trade last turn and then Aeromont's designs, but holding on to this Aeromont's design is going to play out the Grenahen first. Grab a Nectar of Unlife. Ooh, I like that. Might not even need this Aeromont's designs.
The number 2 unit in the top 25 units of the Stormbreak Open right there, Grenahen. And he's new.
All right, here comes your Thunder of Wings, your favorite card, 4/1 Dragon with flying in charge. You play that Draconic Ire, but no, it's not a different matchup this time. Piereese doesn't really have those attachments, that relics that need to get busted here. But even-handed Golem, let's draw some cards. Here you go. Pale Rider's Timepiece. 4/4 flying, deadly, killer, lifesteal. And lifesteal is that big one. Being able to lifesteal in this matchup is going to be absolutely brutal.
Let me give you a hot tip, Telemokas, about this timepiece.
Yep.
Do not put it on a Molder Muck.
Yes, I can see that would not be good. Good advice there for everyone in chat. Appreciate that, Aqua. All right, Champion of Fury, here it comes. But Piereese gonna slam off that Grenahen block. Let me block your 4/1 and gain health in the process. Appreciate that. Ooh, and a turned on Silex. Look at that. Gonna get a treasure trove for my troubles. And here comes that Pale Rider's timepiece. 6/6 killer deadly lifesteal. Let's kill your big dragon. And let's go back up to 18 and stick around with a 6/6 flying deadly killer lifesteal regen. All right, who in chat had 5 abilities on a unit at once? Who's got their bingo with 5 battle skills on one unit? Piereese priced into attacking with a 1/1. Or, I'm sorry, Chriseay attacking in with a 1/1. Not a great place to be there. Piereese still has this 6/6 now. And then a Katra as well to start gaining some more. This 3/3 Vine Grafter has some regen. All right, I think this is it. I think Piereese has more than stabilized here. Gonna get another treasure trove. Gain some more health. Back up to 22, up to 28. And your opponent at 28 on turn 6 is not what Chriseay's deck wants to see.
This is super tough for Chriseay because how do you stop your opponent once they have 9 power?
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little too much to come back from this time. All right, Chriseay, that one is going to be tied up. Great job, Piereese, tying that up 1 game apiece. They're going to go to a critical game 3. Remember, the winner of this gets into top 8. The loser has to look at tiebreakers. So very, very important game for these players. They really want to get that top 8. They really want to get those leaderboard points to potentially get on that leaderboard and qualify for the invitational with a wild card slot. So a lot riding on the line for these two players in this one. No pressure at all, when you get into this. I know it's just a random Friday night, but no pressure trying to play these out.
Arang 13 2-0 over Martin, and Avioin 2-0 over Ambivalent Thoughts.
Yeah, ambivalent thoughts there.
I couldn't
ambivalent. No worries.
The M or the B came first.
No worries. All right, looks like our players are ready. So let's head down to this crucial game 3 in round 5. All right, who you got, Aqua? You got the aggro deck, or you got the reanimator deck here?
This is wow, man. If I have to choose, I kind of want Pierese's timepiece again to come out because that's just sick, and it looks like it's super easy to get to with all that market access.
If you can survive and get that out there, it's probably game. If Piereese is able to live long enough to get a timepiece on a unit, it's probably game over. But the question is, can you live long enough to do all that?
It looks like Piereese is keeping this exploit, right? So they're gonna play that and try to negate their Chriseay's plans early on. Hopefully that's what we see. I don't know, but then again, Chriseay might come out here with all those Onis, and it just might be game over from just being overwhelmed from not having enough units in your starting hand here.
All right, pretty good start though for Chriseay. They've got the Oni Patrol, they've got the 2-drop in Champion of Fury, they've got a Torch and a Milos here. So even-handed Golem, gonna draw 2 cards and give us a blocker. That's what Piereese is gonna do here. Ooh, Sabertooth Pride Leader is a good draw. Nectar of Unlife is great to have in hand too.
That Sabertooth was a great play last round. Being able to come in and ambush that attack.
That card's pretty good against aggro decks for sure.
Trying to figure out if they wanted to attack or not. They decided not to. Chriseay. Here comes the Grenahen. And this is also, you talked about, you can throw cards into your void with the Grenahen, which will allow you to draw cards out with the Nectar.
Dantus.exe, thank you for running your program and being with us today. We really appreciate all the support.
That Grenahen went into the void. We'll see if it comes back. Oof. And then Torch.
Torch taking out Torch on an even-handed Golem is not something you see all the time, but if it opens up attacks, it opens up attacks.
Piereese is going to play Exploit.
Tough.
3 cards in hand.
You're going to get rid of a crafty
occultist.
Ooh, but what I like about that Exploit play there is because Exploit has Plunder, Piereese was only so the Xenon Silex was depleted, which means that they only could cast one spell this turn, but because they exploited and plundered away something, they were able to play an undepleted power, which opened up them to also play Nectar of Unlife. So that's actually a really heads up play by Piereese to use the plunder off the exploit to be able to cast 2 spells that turn.
Bogo.
Comes that Spore Folk, but they do have a Sending Agent as well, so presumably the Sending Agent's going to go after this Milos. Here comes Thunder of Wings. Alright, Sending Agent on the Milos. Okay, but here, you're still going to get the 4-1 Dragon. That's going to put Piereese down to 8. And you know what can't block a 4-1 Dragon is the Sabertooth Pride Leader. Vara's not what Piereese needed to draw here, but we're going to Katra first. Play a Shadow Sigil. Actually play 2 sigils and gain 2 health from that. And then we're going to Treasure Trove. So Piereese at 10. But Chriseay has a 4-1 flyer. But the rest of Chriseay's hand is Crafty Occultist and an Oni Ronin. So good units, but Crafty Occultist really wants to get flying, but it doesn't have it here. But so just going to basically play it out as a vanilla 3-3. Draw 2 cards. That's pretty good, though. Drawing 2 cards is pretty gas, but it's not going to get the unit. It's not going to get flying. All right, now Piereese has Vara Deadly touched on an Azendel. So now this is a big turn for that. They can also exploit into Sabertooth Pride Leader. The only problem with Vara and Azendel is that there's no flyers. So the 4-1 flyer is still a problem for Piereese. So I wonder, you really want to play the 8 drops, but I wonder if you have to play the Pride Leader just to go up to 9, because going down to 2 leaves you dead. I mean, leaves you dead to Seer, leaves you dead to Torch, leaves you dead to a ton of things. So I wonder if Piereese has to do this.
Literally got crafty.
Indeed.
Hold up the BC boys, she's crafty for you.
Oh, appreciate that. Got crafty. No, I'm just going to go Vara. So Piereese. Piereese is going to basically go down to a virtual 2 and just hope Chriseay does not have a way to deal 2 damage.
There's the Grana.
Ooh, Black Sky Harbinger, a good draw off the Grenahen. So now's the time for Chriseay. Can Chriseay find a way to deal 2 damage to Piereese's face? Because once this Black Sky Harbinger gets on board, that might just be game over.
Yeah, that's usually how
that's going to get a, yeah, it's, I mean, well, it's going to kill 2, 3, it's going to kill 1, 2, 3 units, gain 4 health. Yeah, that's going to be game over once Piereese can do this. So Chriseay has to win this turn. All they need to do is deal 2 damage, but they don't have anything in hand. So what they can do, it's really interesting. They can toss Crafty Occultist to draw 2 cards. And if they draw Torch, they win. If they draw a Power and a Seer, they win. But they have to toss 2 units in order to do so, which feels bad, but I don't think those units are doing anything for you. Like, you're not winning the game from those 2 random units. So I think you have to just Crafty Occultist, draw 2 cards, and try to get it. They're not going to do it, though. I guess they can still draw Power plus Torch. Power and Dusk Raider. That's not going to... Oh my gosh, the Firebomb!
Wow.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness. Firebomb off the top. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Firebomb off the top. Piereese had it. They had the win.
What an explosive ending.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for those upstairs right now. I just woke somebody up. Man, wow.